Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be solving the DataLemur well-paid employees question, right? This is a FAANG SQL interview question, and let's jump right straight into it, right? So let's read this real quick. Companies often perform salary analysis to ensure fair compensation practices. One useful analysis is to check if there are any employee earning more than their direct managers. As an HR analyst, you're asked to identify all employees who earn more than their direct managers. The result should include the employee's ID and name, all right? So let's look at this table real quick, right? So we only got one table, is the employee table. Now let's run it. Let's see what's going on here, right? So this is a classic self join question, right? Pretty simple self join. And I will be creating a video in the future, maybe should be like next 2 weeks or so, where I'll be going to be talking about all the different joints, and I will be mentioning self join, right? But let's solve this problem real quick, all right? So if we look at this table right here, we have employee ID, name, salary, department ID, and manager ID, right? And that's all we have, right? That's why we got to do a self join to match the managers, right? To see which one has the higher salaries or not, right? So let's start. Let's start real quick, right? And usually, like I said, I like running. I like running the code so I can see exactly what the table look like. It's there, but it's more visually better for me right here. All right, so let's do this real quick. So we're gonna select all from employees, right? And we can get rid of this. Get rid of this. Select all from employees, and we're gonna give this an alias. So I can't speak right now. An alias of E, right, for employees, and then we're gonna do a self join, right? So we're gonna do join employees, right? We're gonna say M for managers, right? So we can look better for you guys. I'm gonna use the on, so we're gonna do employees, right? E. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the employees manager, right? So we're gonna do E dot manager ID equals M dot employee ID, right? I'm going to explain what I just did. So what I did is I took I took this table. I basically joined the same table twice, and you'll see when I click run code, right? So I click I get this table, and I put an alias as E, and I did another. I joined it by this table again, put an alias as M. So what I did on the on clause is I grabbed all the employees. I grabbed them. I grabbed their managers, right? Which is this, right? Whichever the managers are, and I make it equal to the other table that I created, the managers dot employees ID, right? Because you can see, right? You can't see in this table, but some managers you'll see them have the same employee number and all that stuff, right? So let's run this so it can look better and make sense for you guys. So if you can see, right, these employees ID, employee one, employee one managers manager ID 6, and manager ID 6, that's his employee number 6. Employee 2, his manager ID 7, and a manager ID is also 7, right? That's what I did here. I mashed them together, right? That's how I did the join. I mashed it together so I can make the join. Now if we scroll to the right, can just scroll. There it is. And we see new right here for the manager ID. So this basically tells you that this manager 6 right here doesn't have any other manager. So now we know for sure, right, that this employee ID, that's their manager right there, right? It's a little bit complicated at first, but like I said, I will create a video of self join so it can make more sense, right? But oh, sorry. So let's do this, right? So what did the question ask, right? As an HR analyst, you're asked to identify all employees who earn more than their direct manager. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the where clause, where E dot salary, is greater than M dot salary. Okay. All right, there it is. So what we did is this table is E. Stop right here, right? Stop right here. So E salary, right? Whichever one is, which is the employees, right? These employees right here, that's their salary, and these are the managers, right? That's the manager's ID, and that's their salary. So whichever one, whichever employee ID is greater than manager's salary, I want you to show it. So let's run, and it's gonna be Olivia and Benjamin, right? That's their salary, and that's the manager's salary, and they're greater, right? But this solution only want the employee ID and their name. So we're gonna do E name, comma, E salary. No, EID, I'm sorry. E employee ID, comma, E the employee name. All right, there it is. And that's all the solution is asking for. It doesn't want everything. It's gonna be employee ID 3, Olivia, employee ID 12, Benjamin. So click submit, and there you have it. All right. Again, this is a pretty simple self join, right? If you guys didn't get it, yeah, I've solved this multiple times, right? But if you guys didn't get this question, if you guys didn't understand this question, I will be creating a video of all the joins: self join, left join, right. So you guys know there's so many joins in SQL, right? So you guys can get a clear picture understanding the join, right? This is a very important thing to master, all right? So I appreciate you guys watching this. If you made it this far, thank you guys, and please take care and happy holidays.